This is my top of my toolbox, but this is parts that I need to install on my cars. So on this side is mainly the Evo 10, and I'm not sure why I got this here. Maybe that's for the Evo 9. And then I have Evo 9 stuff and more Evo 9 stuff. I have some GTR stuff here. I think, not exactly sure, I don't remember. But yeah, I think those brake pads are for the GTR. Anyhow, what we're gonna do today though is Evospec Performance. We're gonna do the idler pulleys, and I think that's alternator and water pump, or maybe power steering, can't remember. But anyhow, try to get those on today. So what's going on that car? Oh, another little piece for the rear bumper, but I'm probably gonna hold off on that for now. I don't know if you can tell, I did a little mod on the rear. That's for drag racing, but that's at the left-hand side. Looks like this side might need some help too. I don't even know if that's for the front or the back. I gotta double check that. I think that's for the front. Anyways, I don't remember, but yeah, so I'm gonna lift this car up. Have a little lift called a quick lift, I believe it's called. And all that, I believe, is gonna go for power steering, idler, maybe water pump, whatever you could see. Anyways, it's supposed to be lighter, and I think it has some titanium fasteners too, so that should be cool. And I'll do an update on this car in general, but today's vlog will be on that.
Style is the answer to everything. A fresh way to approach a dull or dangerous thing. To do a dangerous thing with style is what I call art.
Yeah, it looks like, see this pulley here, I think one of these go on there. There's another pulley down there somewhere. I think there's a total of 3 pulleys, or either, excuse me. This is probably the water pump, and then this guy here, I believe, is the power steering. It's got a little nut to it. It is titanium. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this. See if it's the same size. Yeah, that's the same size. So, power steering, 3 idlers, it looks like, and maybe one of these are alternators, I don't know, and water pump. So let's get to it. All right, so the first thing we want to do is remove the front right tire. Need to remove the splash shield and an under tray if you have one. There's 3 clips on here. For mine, I don't have an under tray. If you have an under tray, you'll have more. Have some extra on hand because these are basically throwaways. I'm using a 16mm box end wrench and another wrench to make an extension. This is for the tensioner. I'm going to turn it counterclockwise to relieve the tension. If I had a do-over, I would have done it from the bottom. You need to loosen the bolt for the tension pulley. It's reverse threaded, so you want to go clockwise to loosen it. So again, go clockwise to loosen it. Removing the bottom idler pulley. Mine was a 15mm. When I go to install, it's going to be a 16mm, but this one's a 15mm. Now I'm removing the tensioner pulley. Again, it's clockwise, 16mm. Do a weight comparison of the Hyundai metal idlers compared to the billet idlers. All right, so in my opinion, this is how you should do it. So you got the titanium bolt with the little, I don't know what you call it, but anyways, then you put that OEM piece in, just screw it all the way in, and then this goes on this side, okay, and then you just press. Okay, now that I'm on camera. Okay, anyhow, I'll try it again in a second, but that's how it ended up. So, bolt, washer, and this little piece here. I'll try it again. Might press on it from onto the bench here. See if I can get that. Straighten that out. Okay, there we go. Okay. So yeah, got that little rubber piece in there, plastic piece, whatever. And yeah, it spins pretty good now. Nice. So it's not like an ABEC, 5 bearing or higher. Moving on to the stock power steering pulley. I use a breaker bar, a 19 millimeter, and I tapped it with a hammer to get it going, just to break it loose. Just be real careful when you put that breaker bar. Here we go. Finally got it. And it was actually really easy to get off. Alright, I'm trying to do this on the tripod. So first thing I'm going to show is the old one. Okay, and it has the splines in there. You can see that. It's quite hefty. And then the new one, okay, also has the splines in there. And size-wise, they look identical. So this one's definitely much lighter. So let's see what the weight is. Okay, so this one is 1.13. That one is, wow, so it's a whole pound lighter. That's a big deal. Big deal. Nice. Pretty happy about that. Put that off to the side. Now it's just held on by a nut. This is the OEM one. This is the titanium one. Let's see. 0.038. 0.024. So yeah, definitely a savings. My metal pulley had a spacer for the tensioner pulley, so I went ahead and reused it, and when I tightened it up and everything, it spun freely. So I recommend using a 5/8 or 3/4. You need to measure. Installing the tensioner pulley, install the copper washer first, then the pulley, finger tighten the 16 millimeter bolt, and make sure you go counterclockwise. That tightens it. It's reverse threaded. Installing the lower idler pulley. It's the same bolt. Use a 16 millimeter box end wrench to tighten. Same procedure for the upper idler pulley. Final pulley for me is going to be the power steering pulley. It has splines on it, so make sure that sits well inside there. Push it on good, and then put the nut on. I did use a breaker bar and a 19 millimeter box end wrench, and tighten it up. Installed all these pulleys. It's about half the weight, and then eliminating the AC down there. I was going to do the water pump, but that is a pain to lower the engine to get that out. But yeah, it looks pretty cool, but probably not going to really see it. Anyhow, more power, I think. This was probably the hardest part for me. I recommend 2 people to put the belt on. Do it from the bottom, put a 60 millimeter wrench on the tensioner, turn it counterclockwise, use an extension, put it on the crank, alternator, water pump first, and then leave the lower idle pulley off, and then put out that one on last. You can see my AC coming up here, right there. It's off. I didn't actually take the whole thing off for weight savings yet, We'll see. I may do that. Here's a diagram for the AC belt. And here's a diagram without AC, courtesy of Chet Reckerman.